when you're playing Three Houses, one of the most important things that you remember to do is to utilize all the battalions. Because generally battalions are very good, even on units like Felix that gets a boost from not having a battalion. Battalions will give a better boost, so it's pretty much always good to use battalions. Because they give you a lot of things. They give you stats and they give you a gambit. And those two are actually just the things that you get. But those two things are really, really important. So which ones should you use? Which ones are good? Which ones suck? Which ones are in between? What kind of gambits do you want? I'll show you here in this very, very short video. I hope it will probably be way too long. But that's fine. You can watch this even without the video and just have it like a podcast. That works too. I'll just have some visual things. I'll show you the stats here on the Serenus Forest and the tier list where I'll put them. I won't really do a ranking because I don't think that rankings really work. They don't really tell you that much, just on face value. So I've made these tiers for now to kind of tell you more at a glance what kind of role they fill, more than their strength. Obviously, strong battalions will go up in the goaded and great utility and great stat backpacks and stuff like that, and the bad ones will be here. But it would be more nuanced than just a straight up ranking, which I find more helpful. So yeah, I guess we'll start. There's nothing else I want to say. Yeah, I will take in consideration the availability of gambits, which battalions, which there's actually a really good example of this right here, our first one, which are the Iron Astronauts, which, if we look at the stats of it, if I can find it, these are the max stats, by the way. It's over here, right? Yeah, these aren't actually sorted on Serenus Forest. They aren't actually sorted alphabetically like the tier list is. It's sorted by, like, I think it's availability. I think it's just, oh yeah, it's sorted in some kind of weird way. Well, whatever. Here are the stats. So on paper you say, this is just for clarification, this is physical attack. You'll see it right here. Physical attack, magical attack, hit, crit, avoid, protection, resilience. This technically is, but resistance, whatever, and extra charm. And these are the max stats. The non-max stats are here, which also shows the level that it comes in and the gambit, which will be very, very important. If you're like a battalion that has good stats will have good stats regardless of the they will be good pretty much regardless of the gambit, because for some units the stats are what matters, especially on your carry units like enemy phase units and stuff like that. You don't care at all about the gambits generally. But for others, it's very important to know what kind of gambit it has. So for the Iron Astronauts, I'll go to that. Where is it? It's here. It has Assault Troop, which, if you don't know how Assault Troop looks like, it looks like this. It damages an area straight ahead for 4 tiles, which is generally good, right? It covers a lot of space. You can immobilize a maximum of 4 enemies, which is great, especially early. But, and here's the big but, the problem with this battalion is not the gambit, not really. It has a decent gambit. It has pretty good stats. 7 physical attack is good. The -2 magical attack doesn't matter, because you used it on a physical unit. No hit is not that good, but you can work around it for certain. And no crit you can also work around. You probably want to put this on something that doesn't care about their crit rate, which can be amplified by it giving 7 physical attack. So if you have 7 physical attack and you take that by like times 2 or 3 or 4, depending on what kind of build you're running, it will add up and you probably won't need the crit. So it kind of synergizes there. And 20 avoid. This is either good, really good, or just useless. That's kind of the thing with avoid. Avoid is either completely useless or it's a core part of your build. But hey, you won't complain about 20 hit unless you are actively trying to get hit, which is actually pretty common, I think. Then 7 charm is good because it just boosts assault troops hit, so it self-synergizes there, and the defensive stats are whatever. But the problem with this battalion is that it comes way too late. You get it from the Ferdinand and Lysithea paralogue, and that paralogue comes really late, and it doesn't come in the one, the one route that would like kind of make sense to have both Ferdinand and Lysithea in part 2, which is Crimson Flower. You don't get it in Crimson Flower; it just doesn't exist. You can't do the paralogue there. So, and it comes late. So, because Ferdinand, you don't really recruit Ferdinand out of house too much. This is either like prime real estate in Silver Snow, or if you recruit Ferdinand, which doesn't really happen. I'll put it here. It's a fine it's a fine battalion. You could use it, but it just has too poor availability to be really, really impactful and be really, really good. So it doesn't really crack these tiers. And it's not good for its time, because you will have better battalions. You just straight up will have you just will have better battalions for the role that this fills by the time you get it. So it's just kind of useless generally. But it's good for dodge hacking, I guess. But dodge hacking on the ground isn't that good. So I wouldn't really use it. It has too poor availability. If it came in part 1, maybe you could use it. There is one that has very similar stats that we'll talk about later, but yeah. Alliance Archers. I don't know a lot about this. Alliance Archers, it gives... I'll assume this is 15. I mean, 14, 15, it doesn't really matter. And I think... I'll actually go here. How to obtain... You get it in the Battalion Guild. And I guess you get it from... Yeah, you get it from Chapter 4. No, not Chapter 4, from after Chapter 7. Or is it on Chapter 7? It's either Chapter 7 or Chapter 8 that you can buy this from the Battalion Guild. Which is kind of late, but it's also not the worst. Yeah. Yeah, it's a D battalion, and it's not a magic battalion. Yeah. And it has poisoned arrows, which I think is just like Fusillade. I'll scroll all the way down to here. Yeah, it's like Fusillade, but it has worse hit, I think. This has 60. Fusillade has 50. What? Is this just better? Well, it has less... might, but that doesn't matter. You want to hit it. If it kills or not, it doesn't really matter because it freezes 5 enemies, a maximum of 5 enemies in place. And also this kind of cross shape is really good for completely breaking monster barriers, which is also one of the good things about gambits. So if you place 2 of these kind of plus-shaped gambits on opposite sides of on opposite corners of the monster, it will break the barrier completely, which is really good because then you can just wail on it without risking counterattacks, which are good because especially on maddening, the monsters are quite strong and will probably kill you. So yeah, poisoned arrows as a gambit, really good. Poisoned arrow as a gambit is really good, and the stats are quite good from what I saw. Yeah, 3 physical attack by chapter 7. That's, you won't blow your socks off, but it doesn't really have to. It's good for its time. 14. This is basically 15. 15 hit, really good. You want this. Everything wants hit always because things are a bitch to hit on maddening. So yeah, this is good. And then 10 avoid, whatever. Doesn't really matter, but it's not harmful. And then 3 charm. Yeah, I'd say this is good for when you get it. You probably use this a bit. No, you'll probably use this quite a lot actually. And especially because it's D authority, requires D authority. It makes it so that the units that kind of slack behind on that slacks behind on authority, they can make very good use of this in Golden Deer. Like Hilda is probably one of those units because she has a Bane. So yeah, she could use this battalion very well until like part 2 if you don't make her a flyer. Yeah, this is a strong gambit. This is a strong battalion. I like it. And then the Armored Co. I don't think this is better. I don't think this is super good. 3 extra might, 5... 3 extra might is good, 5 hit is whatever. But it's extra hit, so... -5 avoid. Again, -5 avoid probably doesn't matter. Like, it's technically hurtful, but it won't matter probably at all. So, yeah. And then 4 extra defense. By the time you get this, +4 defense from a battalion is good. Especially for a D-rank battalion. So this could have use on a protection tank build of some sort. But it does kind of compete with the knight battalions that you get earlier. But they require C. So I don't know. Like, there technically are better options for this, but it's very usable. There are niches for this, like especially on early units that you want to take hits, like Wolfus or Raphael in Golden Deer. This is a good battalion, but you'll probably use the Alliance Knights instead. But if you're slacking on authority, this can do work. And wait, I actually didn't look at the... but I probably don't think... Yeah, it's the servants. It's whatever. It's a gambit. It works. It's the most basic one. It doesn't matter. The Brawler Battalion. This gives a lot of attack, right? Yeah, 4 attack. And by the time you get this, for the record, you get this really early. This is available super early. I think it's available by chapter 3, which does make this impactful, because it's a +4 attack boost for basically free, and it's an E rank, right? Yes, it's an E rank. So you can slot this on someone and have them do 4 more attack. It's good on units that use gauntlets, because it's essentially +8 on player phase. So yeah, you'll use this early, and then you won't use it later, because there are battalions later that gives more than 4 physical attack plus a bunch of other stuff. And this basically just gives, yeah, you see, this, and it even has minus resistance. This just gives physical attack. It gives like nothing else. It gives a void, but that's whatever. And the gambit is disturbance. Yeah, yeah. But the +4 is good. It's good for this time, but it kind of falls off by probably by the time what's it called? Gronder, the first Gronder map comes up. And especially after, because then you can do Paradox, which gives you a bunch of good battalions. The Alliance Cavalry, I think this is one of the things that comes later, right? Yeah, it gets Assault Troop, which I talked about it with the Irasonites. It's a good gambit. It's just better disturbance. It's covered double the amount of area. And the stats are pretty good, I think. Not the Alliance, I like Cavalry. Yeah, this is the same as the Brawler one. Wait, what, really? Yeah. Yeah, this is the exact same one. This is the exact same as the Cavalry. As the Alliance Brawlers. But it gives more like charm, I guess, and it has more endurance, and it comes at D rank. Wait, this is kind of bad. Because remember how I said that this kind of falls off by the time you get to like the first Gronder map? You get this by the first Gronder map. Like you could use it. You could like upgrade this, because this is probably one of your strongest battalion in D rank. So I guess you could use it. It's not entirely useless, especially by like none of the early battalions, unless they are like complete dog water, will be useless, because you can still use them, because you have so few amounts of like good battalions early. You could slap this on someone. It will probably be good. That might actually be challenged for duelists, because these stats are bad. Remember how I said that this just gives nothing? This is nothing except for physical attack. This is nothing, but you don't get the physical attack. You get 10 crit, which you get from... I think you get more crit from Gerald's Mercenaries, actually. Where is Gerald's Mercenaries? Because Gerald's Mercenaries is like one of the like go-to battalions. Yeah. So this is Alliance... Where is it? Here. Alliance Duelists is this. It's basically Gerald's Mercenaries, but you don't get the things that make Gerald's Mercenaries good. And it gets Mad Melee, and Mad Melee, like it's a fine spread here, but it kind of has good hits. Wait, this Gambit is probably pretty good. Like, it comes so early, because it comes by the time the Brawlers do. You will probably buy this, and you will probably put it on someone. and you'll use it until you get something better, which is probably pretty quickly. But this is like the first one you put away. So like it's gonna see like a chapter or two of use, but then you don't use it again, like ever, because it gives you nothing. It gives you 10 crit, but that at the point of the game where you're at, 10 extra crit isn't like, it does boost your crit above 0, which, but like then you're basically counting on like 5, 7, 10% crit, and that's not very reliable. So I almost want to put this here, but it's like the very, very bottom of this. I don't know a lot about Alliance Guard. I don't actually know how you get it. Wait, it's not even here. Yeah, it is. It's 5 attack. Wait, how do you get this? We're gonna filter. Let's see, Alliance Guard. It's enemy only? Okay, I'll make an enemy only. Add row below. Enemy only. Well, that sucks, because stats are fine. If you got this somewhat early, it could be useful. But hey, this just... you can't use it, so I won't rank it. Alliance Infantry. This is Alliance Duelists again, but it gives you hit, so it's better. And it gets... wait. No, wait, what... Lure. And Lure is also good. It's better than Man Melee, I think. Because it moves things around. Yeah, it's good for its time. I mean, probably not. It's decent for its time, but I think it's better than Alliance Cavalry. I'll put it between here. Oh, Alliance Knights. This one's good. This one is actually a good battalion. It's this. It gives 3. I mean, it's the same. It's the same as the cavalry again. See here, it's basically the same, except it gives defensive stats, which is useful. That does matter on because you can get Alliance Knights early. It's C rank. You get it at C rank authority. So there are few units that can use it really early. It's probably just Byleth or you. Well, I guess Claude in this case, because you can only get this in Golden Deer. So I don't know. And it gets Blaze. Oh yeah, yeah, it getting Blaze. Yeah, for sure. This is good. This is good for its time. I think it's worse than Alliance Archers. You'll slap this on Claude or Byleth. Probably Claude. And you'll make use of Blaze on him. And for that time, Blaze is just super duper strong. Because it covers a lot and it creates fire tiles, which you can utilize very well. And it gives you defensive stats. You can probably use it to like pseudo plot tank. But I think that Seros Knights of Seros, whatever it's called, gives you more protection. So you'll probably use that for plot tanking. But it's a battalion that gives you Blaze by chapter 3. That's super solid. I'll probably put this in like great utility. Maybe. No, I'll put it in good for its time. No, wait. No, this is great utility. Blaze early is so good. Or no, I'll put it there. I'll put the Seros one later. Yeah, I'll just cover it now. Where is Knights of Seros? Start with K. Not Kingdom. Okay, and here, Knights of Ceros. This I'll put here, because this is basically the same as the Knights one. Knights of Ceros here, Blaze. And it gives you the same physical stats, I think. Knights of Ceros, it gives... Well, it gives less avoid, but more resistance. And it's available on all routes. Yeah, I'll put Knights of Ceros up there. I'll cover that. Alliance Magic Core. This one's also good. Because it's basically the only battalion that gives you a magic boost early. So yeah, slap it on Marianne or Lysithia and have them kill stuff. This is good for the time. There's nothing to say. It's the only one that gives you magic like super early, because you get it on chapter 3 along with the Alliance Knights, Alliance Brawlers, and Infantry and Duelists. So you will make use of this, and you'll use it a lot. It's just good for its time, but then you'll get other battalions that are better. But you use it quite a lot. It's good. And the thing is, it's Group Lightning, which is worse than Group Fire, but I think that's just a hit question. Right? Because it's resonant... No, it's not resonant. It's... like what's it called? Here, Group... Not Group Ice, Group Lightning here. It's 40 hit compared to 60. So yeah, this is just straight up better than this, but it's still like a plus shape. Like I talked about how Poisoned Arrows is really good because it's like this plus shape, and it's also ranged. I forgot to mention that, but it's ranged, which does give it more utility. And here it's the same kind of concept, but it has worse hit, so it's worse. I'll probably put it below this, but it's good. There's nothing to really say about it. Alliance Magic Users. This one's good. You get it later. You get it after the Battle of Gronder Field. Or not the Battle of Gronder Field, that's in part 2. The part 1 Gronder. After chapter 7. Where is it? Here. The stats are 4 magic and 10 avoid. I mean, it's the same as the magic core, except it gives 1 more magic and 2 more charm, which is kind of insignificant, and it requires more authority. But it does give you, I don't even have to check it, it gives Resonant Lightning. And Resonant Lightning is way better than Group Lightning. So I will put it good first time. Because Resonant Lightning is so good. But it's worse for its time than this, because by the time you get this, you can get stuff like... because you unlock paralogs, a lot of paralogs by chapter 8, which is when you can buy this. And some of those just give more magic damage, like Gloucester Knights is a good example. That just gives more magic and more other stuff like hit and more defensive stats. So, like, you'll use it for a map or 2. I actually think it's here. Because you'll get more options later. But it's still good, because the Gambit is good. I think that's fair. What's the next one? Master Archers. I am hopeful for this. Here, Master Archers. Oh, this is a B battalion. Wait, when do you get this? Because this actually matters quite a lot. Alliance Master Archers. Location Battalion Guild. Well, this doesn't tell me anything. Well, go to the Fire Emblem Wiki. Yeah. Alliance Master. Because it does matter a lot when you get this. Because if you get it by starting chapter 14, see? That's not good. Because if you got this Master Archers Gambit here. No, wait. Where is it? Wait, and it doesn't even give hit. It just gives crit. No, this is bad. This is basically useless. It's a 4 attack battalion that doesn't give any hit. It just gives crit and some avoid and some like pretty useless defensive stats. And you get it by chapter 14. You will pretty much have all the good paralog battalions by then. And you can buy the gold battalions. And it's a B level. No, this is useless. This is bad. You will never use this battalion. It sucks. That's so unfortunate. Yeah. Let's go to the next one. Alliance Pavisco. When do you get... See, like this... It also matters a lot when you get this. When you get this matters a lot, also. This is also chapter 14. And it has better stats because it gives hit. And it actually has +8 protection. That's actually good, but because I believe this is one of, if not the best battalion for just straight protection tanking. Like, it gives the most protection. I think. So it has a niche. You could convince me that you should use this. But there are other battalions that you have by then that's also B rank. That you get in part 1 from Paralogs. That is probably better than this? I'm not convinced. You could convince me that you'd use this. But it's not... It's better than duelists. For its time. Probably better than cavalry as well. Like, there is a niche for it. You could convince me. And it gives... what... here. Group lance attack. Group lance attack is fine. Alliance Pegasus. This one's actually... this one's actually useful. Here. Because this comes at the time when you... this comes online after chapter 8? Wait, is it chapter 8? No, not at chapter 8. On chapter 8. You get this chapter 8. Meaning that this is a flying battalion. And this is, I think this is better than the Zeros one that you get at the same time. Because it gives hit. Like, it's a 4 attack, 5 hit, And it gives some defensive stats. And I think that the battalion, like the battalion is just a hit battalion, but I think it's fine. Assembly, yeah, this is good. This is good for its time. It's probably here. This is nice. This is a great battalion. Alliance Physicians. Three terrible stats. Does it have a good... It has resonant white magic. This... No. This probably comes by chapter 14, right? Yeah, this is useless. Just use the Cephaline monks. That sucks. Okay, Alliance Sages, you could convince me. It gives Blessing, and Blessing is the first... It's really the first good... what's it called? Support gambit that you get. Like, it has -10 avoid, but that just doesn't matter. Wait, actually, what are its max stats? 8 magical attack and 5 hit. 5 crit doesn't matter. 6 this, yeah, fine. Like, it's a good stat backpack on top of the great utility. This is good. This is good for its time. No, it's just... I'll actually just add a row below this. Just put it in straight. Just solid. It's solid all around. Like, it's not really like super amazing because it comes pretty late. And it's not that good of a stat backpack. It has 7 magical attack and 5 hit. No, it's 7, 8 magical attack and 5 hit, which is fine. But you want more hit. Especially considering that these that this battalion is basically made for Marianne and Lysithea, both of which spell lists aren't accurate at all. So it's not like when you slap this on, it solves all your stat problems. It just doesn't. It's good stats along with a good battalion. So it's just solid all around. It's not like Knights of Zeros, where Blaze by that time is just super duper amazing. Blessing is still, like, you will probably have one guy that uses Blessing, especially if you have flying Vantage Wrath units, which are probably the strongest, like one of the strongest builds you can have in the game. So yeah. Alliance Snipers. Alliance Snipers you do get by chapter 7, 8, right? I'm gonna check. Yeah, you get it by chapter 8. And it gives 3 attack, 15 hit. This is just this is the same as Alliance Archers. It's straight up the same, but it has more charm. This is straight up better. Like, it's still good, right? Because... And Fusillade is worse than Poison Arrows because it's less accurate. But it's still, like, really good. Put it. It's good for its time. But you will replace this. It's probably not even good. Like, there is just straight up a better option in the Alliance Archers. No, I'll put it here. Here. It's a good battalion. But you have better options. I mean, I don't know. You could convince me both ways. I'll put it here. I'll probably do this. Just to make like the comparison between these two, because both of these tiers are pretty comparable. It's basically just that this one is just slightly worse than this one. It's just worse than these ones, generally. Alliance Veteran Duelists. 2, and it gives Absorption. Absorption, I have come around to thinking is good. It has a very, very, very good like targeting area. It targets like you want this tile in particular. You will stand on when you hit someone with it, so it effectively covers 5 plus 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It covers 12 spaces. That is good. Covering 12 spaces with a Gambit is super solid, but it just has some other stuff to do for it, like this 30 hit. I don't think this is good. This is only good on monsters. Like, you'll pretty much never hit this on an enemy, on Maddening, because they have super high charm. No, I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that Battalion is on it. And the stats, they are the same as Alliance Knights. What the hell? This is... I almost want to call these useless. Like, you'll never use this. You just have better options. Like, you want Alliance Archers over this. And this is supposed to be a better Battalion. No, this is that's bad. But here we'll probably have a good Battalion. Alliance Warrior Co. And this just gets brownie points because it's a flying battalion. So none of the flying battalions go in useless, because flying battalions are really, really valuable. Especially the good ones. And this one is fine. It doesn't give hit, which is something that you really want on flyers. Especially because most of them use axes. But otherwise, it just has good stats. 5 physical attack is good, and I think it's a C rank. Yes, and it gets Impregnable Wall. Impregnable Wall is good utility, because I think this is the only way to get. I think this is the only way to get that. What's it called? I just said it. I'm tired. Impregnable Wall. This is the only way to get Impregnable Wall in Golden Deer. I think that pretty much automatically puts it in great utility. And it's also because, yeah, this is just good, or probably solid all around. I'll put it below. I don't really value Impregnable Wall that much, but I do recognize that it has a lot of good uses. So it's solid all around. It has a good support gambit along with pretty good stats. It's a solid battalion. You'll probably use it on one of your flyers, but there generally are better ones. Like, I could maybe argue. No, this one is. I don't know if I value 1 more attack or 5 more hits. That's actually kind of tough. I mean, probably, yeah, this is probably better than this. But it's close. But yeah. This is basically just carried to solid all around because of Impregnable Wall. Otherwise it would be like somewhere here, probably. Like low, like here probably. Next, we have Alliance Youth. Straight up, this one is probably bad. This is useless, I think. It doesn't even come here. No, it doesn't show. I think this is one of the, like, you get it from... Yeah, see, these are nothing stats, and it gives disturbance. Like, even if... if this came on Chapter 3, it would be fine, because it's 5 more hits. And disturbance. But I think you get this by doing a quest in part 2. Use... Yeah, exactly. It's dealing with deserters. This is awful. This is useless. And the same goes for the Empire youths. I'll just put those here too. Kingdom youths. Where are they? Because they are the same. You will never use this in your life. You will always have something better. Literally always. Don't use them. Almira Mercenaries. I don't know how you get this. I'm gonna be real. Almira Mercenaries. How do you get this? I don't actually know. From dividing the world with Cyril as... Yeah, so dividing world if you have Cyril recruited, which you probably will, because he's super easy to recruit. So you get this by chapter, like, 10? That sucks. And yeah, it just gives... It does give 5 attack for an E rank, which is something. But calling it good wouldn't be... And it gets Fusillade. Like, see, this would be good if it didn't come by chat. Like, I'll almost just want to put it here. Because Almira Mercenaries is a good battalion if you ignore the fact that it comes by chapter 10. No, this is bad. Get this. No. It's basically useless. I won't even argue for that, because Ire Astronite is actually a good battalion. This is kind of a good battalion. Like, it competes with Alliance Archers and like Alliance Brawlers and yeah, stuff like that. If this came by the time that these came, it would be good, but it just doesn't, so it sucks. You just have all the good... And it also comes together with Goneril Valkyries, which is like the best stat backpack in the game. So, no, this is just bad. This sucks. This is... no. Bandits, I think Bandits is also useless. Like, when do you get Bandits? I don't actually know. Let's just see what the stats are before I judge it too hastily. Where is Bandits? Bandits. Where are they? Does this not exist? Bandits. Here. Oh, you get this from clearing the way. Yeah, you get this during a mission that you will always do. Like, you'll always do this. You will always do that quest, like, as soon as you can. So, I don't know, you get it pretty early, actually. I think this is not that bad. Wait, I actually might use this during my next playthroughs. Actually, this isn't that bad. Wait, what kind of here? 2 attack, 5 hit, 5 avoid, 2 yeah. For an E rank, that's pretty good. I actually don't hate that. Yeah, I read it. This it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's better than Alliance Duelists. Probably better than Alliance Cavalry. I'll put it here. It's fine to use, but you would replace it. It's entirely saved by it coming super early. Burgley's War Group. Here's also one of those guys that'll probably be come too late, I feel. Burgley's War Group, here we go. 8 physical attack, really good. 5 hits, not that good, but it's better than nothing. It's something. Minus 10 avoid probably doesn't matter. 4 physical defense is perfectly fine than this. This depends entirely on the battalion, because I don't remember myself using this. It's onslaught. I know why I don't use this. This comes too late. No. It's a good battalion if you got it by part 1, but you don't. You get it during part 2. That's a big problem with most part 2 battalions. Poor battalion. Black Eagle Cavalry. Where is the stats for this? Hey, wait, this battalion is actually really... Those have amazing stats. What the hell? I didn't actually know that. Why is this battalion good? And it has linked horses. That's a good Garrett. Linked horses is like 2 by... Yeah! What? This is a good battalion. But it's an A rank grounded battalion. And you probably will have a better option. I mean, I do say probably. This is probably a really, really good battalion if you use Ferdinand. Or I guess Sylvain, if he's grounded. I don't know. This is a solid all-round battalion. You probably won't use it a lot because it has A rank. It requires an A rank. Oh yeah, now I remember why I don't use this. Because index sword fighters exist. Oh yeah. There are better options, but it's still usable. But I'll put it really high because it is just a really good battalion. It gives everything that a combat battalion... It gives everything that you want out of a combat battalion. But there probably are better battalions, and it comes pretty late. And... Where do you actually get this by chapter 12 on... I think you get this by chapter 12 on Crimson Flower, I think. I'm gonna actually check. Black Eagle Cavalry. Because this it's chapter 12. No, I'll put it there. Because it's so good. But you have better options in Index Sword Fighters and Gonrel Valkyries and Leicester Mercenaries. Those 3 battalions are just better. So you probably won't have a 4th, like, really strong... You won't have the space for a 4th really strong physical grounded unit. that probably won't happen. So, I mean, if you have, if you are in need of a good battalion, this is good. But there are better options. But it's still really good. That's so sad. That battalion is so good. Oh well. Heavy access. This is worse than this. Why would you use this? This is better. Well, it gives you 8, but no. No. It has too poor availability. It actually doesn't have too bad availability. I'll put it here. This is just better than this. Like, but the reason you use this is if you wanted to pro-tank. But this already has 5. I know that Gonral Valkyries has 6. So those 2 points probably won't matter too much. Like if you're really, really desperate for protection, I guess. But this is not. Okay, let's go. This is so good. This is so good. It's the only thing that's not super good about this is that it requires an A rank. I also didn't look at. Wait, I didn't look at this battalion at this gambit, but it's probably bad. Yeah, it's bad. This one is really good. Black Eagle Pegasus Co. Because it has retribution on a flying battalion. And it has good stats. I mean, it has serviceable stats for its time, I would say. Because it gives you nothing here. You really want that here. Like, stat-wise, it's slightly worse than... Sorry about that. It's slightly worse than Ingrid's battalion stat-wise, but it does give you retribution, which basically makes it goated. Or I mean, yeah, no, this is so good. You can patch up. You can patch up hit with other stuff. So yeah, this is a really good. It will probably be kind of low here, but it will still be. It's still up there. It's really good. Let's go to the Blue Lions Magic. No, not Magic Corps. Dancers. Yeah. This battalion has shit stats, like all around. They are terrible. You'll never know. Like this is for an A rank. No, this is terrible. This sucks. But what's not terrible, the thing that makes it really good. I mean, look at these stats. This is atrocious. But this is not atrocious. This is amazing. Dance of the Goddess. It is arguably the best gambit in the game. It's either that or Stride. But having access to basically a dance that can dance 4 units just makes for a super solid utility gambit. It's really good for doing set pieces of like trying to skip maps and stuff. That's a really good use for it, but it's also good in general. Put this on a high move, like support unit. Like if you were going to, like, put this on your support unit, put this on your healer, put this on Mercedes, put this on Linhardt, put this on Happy. Put it on Marianne if you're going to use her as a healing support unit. Just put this on someone that doesn't really care about their combat. And you'll have access to like the best button in the game. It's great utility. The thing that doesn't make it goated is because it comes pretty late. It comes online by chapter 2, not chapter 2, by part 2. It comes online by part 2, and it has horrendous stats. Other than that, it's really good. Blue Lion Knights. I don't know a lot about this battalion, I'll be honest. Oh, this is why. This is just worse than the Dimitri Battalion. And the Dimitri Battalion isn't super duper good. Like, it's obviously a good battalion, but it's not... It doesn't... And... No. This is just worse than the Dimitri Battalion. I'll... But this, like, there are better options. It's better than Black Eagle Heavy Access because the stats are just better. It gives hit. It gives more. It gives a lot of crit actually. Put it below Alliance Palace Co. I mean, it's good, but it's no. It's the same as Black Eagle Cavalry, but worse. And now the Blue Lion Magic Core. Really? Resonant Eyes. Isn't this just worse than... Yeah, this is just worse than Macqueel. This is the same as Macqueel, but it has a worse gambit and it has less hit. No, this is terrible. Get this out of here. I mean, it's obviously not terrible, but like Alliance Sages literally have better stats than this. And Alliance Sages has a better gambit. So no. No, it's just straight outclassed. I almost want to put it in useless. But no. Like, it's still like good. But you have 2 copies of Macqueels, so use those before this. And you won't have 3 magic units that really want super good stats and are grounded. You'll have like 1 maximum. And your other magical units should be healers. Like, I don't see a use for this. Just use Macqueels. But they are useful. It is a good battalion on paper, in isolation, but this game does... You don't play the game in isolation. Raging Hunters. This is the one you get from Petra's Paralog, right? And is the stats good? No, it's not good. Gives 15 avoid. What the heck? I don't like this. I don't like the sound of this. I don't like how this looks. Ugh. No, the stats are bad. And Poison Tactic. Like, I won't say the stats are bad because it gives you... No, the stats are bad. It's just... This is useless. No, it's not useless. It's just a poor availability. If this was a part 1 thing... If this came in a part 1 paralog, you could probably use it. It would be fine. But it doesn't exist in part 1. It exists pretty late in part 2. So there's just no reason to use it, ever. It has too poor availability. But the gambit is good. It has Poison Tactic. I saw that. And Poison Tactic is good. It's basically Blaze, but it has more hits. Rigid Mercenaries. I don't think this is ever something that you have to worry about. Where is those? They're pretty far down here, right? Not merchant, military. Wait, where is it? Do I have to search this? Tusker Infantry. Here. Rigid Mercenaries. Okay, it gives attack and hit, and it has onslaught. How do you get this? Because if you get this... Yeah, these are good stats. If it comes early. does it come early? Brigid Mercenaries. When do you get this? Oh, you also get this from the... Oh, you also get this from the... Petra and Bernie paralog. No, this sucks. Like, it doesn't... No, it doesn't suck. I did say that it has good stats, because it does. And it... No, it has onslaught. Wait, no. No, this is just useless. Don't use this. You'll just have better. You'll just have better things to do. Cephalene monks has good stats. Like 6 magic attack and 20 hit is probably better than the Blue Lions one. But I think that I just think the Gambit sucks. It's not good enough. Resonant White Magic is usable early, because then you want AoE heals. But by the time you get this, which is like, I think it's chapter 9. Yeah, you can do the parallel on chapter 9. But by the time you get this, it's not that good. Like, it's good in isolation, but it's not. And it's A rank. Like, no, don't use this. This is poor availability. No. I don't think they are useless, because they are good battalions, but like... I don't know where to put this. No, it's here. I think it's better than the Blue Lines. It's better here. Yeah. Put it here. Because at least it has good stats for its time, right? You could slap this on someone. I can see it. But I probably wouldn't. No, like this is... Wait, it's better than this. Better than this. Here. No. Here. Yeah. Yeah, that was where I put it before, so yeah. Church of Zero Soldiers. This battalion is good. I think this is a really solid battalion, actually, because you get this straight off the get-go. No fuss, no nothing. Wait, what? No, it's Zero's mercenaries that are good. Church of Zero Soldiers does give good defensive stats. I'll give it that. But since it comes early, it's technically good for its time. I'll put it here, because you will use this, and it does have pretty decent stats for its time, and it has, I think, onslaught or something, disturbance. Yeah, yeah, it's fine. You get it early, so yeah, solid. Church soldiers. This is dreadful. I almost want to put this in useless, I think, because this is Mercedes's battalion, but it's, look at this, it's C rank. It's not there. Here, it's C rank. It gets resonant white magic, and it has very poor stats. I mean, 6. This doesn't matter. This is bad. This is useless. You will never use this. No, get that out of here. However, this is like one of the best. This is one of the best offensive battalions in the game. It's A rank, sure, but just pure stat-wise, and because it's a flying battalion. This battalion is saved a lot by it being flying. And because it's flying, it can give you 7 physical attack, 7 hit and 15 hit and 15 crit to any flying unit. And this will pretty much always go on a flying Vantage Wrath user if you're using that. And if not, you put this on your strongest flying unit. This battalion is absurd. It's so good. It's goated. Like, it basically is defined by this. But it's just so insane that it just has to go here. Even if yeah, it's assault troop. Assault troop it's useful. It's kind of underwhelming, but hey, it works. I mean, it's basically the definition of this, but it's the fact that it's also flying just gives it great utility, and it just becomes amazing. This is so good. Speaking of not good, Dusker Cavalry, I have never used this, I think. Where can I see the here for this even if this Dusk, when do you get this? Do you get this from the Do paralog? No, what? This is terrible. This is you get this from a quest on chapter 18. Get this out of here. This is the worst battalion I've ever seen. Dusker Heavy Soldiers is just a great stat backpack. This is the first one that does that, because it has truly really good offensive stats, and you get it super early. I'll show you the stats because I am kind of impressed. I'm just impressed that they decided that, yeah, on chapter, I think it's chapter 6 you can do the paralog. On chapter 6 you should be able to have an 8 attack, 15 an 8 physical attack, 5 hit and 10 defense. I think this is the best defense in the game from a battalion. You can get it on chapter 6. This is like so good. You'll have this on the Do or Dimitri early on before they can get something that gives more hit, but this is 8 attack and 8 physical attack and 10 defense. Basically doesn't matter what the gambit is, and I think the gambit is pretty good. Where is it? Here. Line of Lances. Yeah. This is just a great stat backpack. It just gives you a lot of good stats, and it has a decent gambit. So yeah, this is good. This is really good. However, Dusker Infantry I don't think is good. I don't actually know how you get this. I'll just search it here. Yeah, it gets from taking care of business. Yeah, this is just awful. Three attack. Well, why am I looking at this? It doesn't matter. You get it on chapter 16, and it's an E rank. No, get this out of here. Edmund Troops is a great stat backpack. Edmund Troops, I think, has the highest hit in the game, if I am not mistaken. No. Oh wait, that's just the default. Flash fire arrows. It gives both. I think this is the first one I've talked about where you get equal magic and physical. which is generally pretty good, because this type of battalion makes units, what's it called, hybrid units work. Like, say you have a sniper and you use both death and fiendish blow, and you have both magic bows and just silver bows, and you can hit on both sides. This kind of battalion makes that stuff possible, and good. The only thing that I'll hold against this, because the hit is absurd, this is amazing, this is really, really, really good. And the physical attack is, it's not that good for its time, but still +5 is totally fine. And the defensive stats probably doesn't matter, and the gambit is good. It's better assault troop because it has flying effectiveness. It's line of fire arrows or something. What's it called? Flash fire arrows. Yeah, it goes in a straight line like assault troop. Yeah, like I said, great stat backpack. It's, I think, worse than Dusker Heavy Soldiers, because this comes way earlier, because Edmund Troops comes from a Part 2 battalion. But this is just amazing offensive stats for a unit. Empire. Now we're going to the Empire. Empire battalions. Let's start with the Empire Archers. This is basically, I think, the exact same as the Alliance ones, but it gives more defense, I think. Empire Archers. Here. 3 physical defense instead of... In the Alliance, it's 10 avoid. Yeah, I think the protection is better than the... But you get it at the same time. I'll basically just put this like right next to Alliance Archers. I think it's better. So yeah. Empire Armored Co. This also comes by the same time, and it gives 5. This gives 5 protection, which I do rate very highly. This is just better than the Alliance Armor. I think this is just good for its time. Probably low, like around Church of Ceres soldiers kind of tier, because it gives everything that you want out of like an early protection tank, right? It's available at D rank. First of all, that's good. It's available at D rank. It gives you 3 physical, 5 hit, and 5 defense. That's just solid. It does come a bit late, but you can use this for a couple of chapters, and it will be totally fine. Or does it? Because... no, I'll stick to it. Wait, I'll actually search Empire Armored Co. This is by... you get it by chapter A. And it does get Impregnable Wall, actually. Wait, does the Alliance... I actually didn't know that it got that. That actually makes it quite good outside of that. That probably just solidifies this in good for its time. Or even... it could even be just Impregnable Wall. Yeah. I don't think there's anything else that gives Impregnable Wall here. It just automatically makes it... I think a decent utility one. Yeah, no, this is good. I'll put it below Alliance Pegasus Co. This is good. This also gives utility, so it kind of doubles as it doubles as a utility and as just good stats. That's really nice, actually. What a surprise! I didn't know that. Great. Empire Brawlers, I think this is just the exact same as the Alliance Brawlers. I think this is slightly better because I think it does give you defense. I think. No, it's the exact same, I think. Empire Brawlers. It gets disturbance. I think, yeah, this because Mad Melee. It literally doesn't matter. I think this gives Mad Melee and this gives disturbance. So yeah, Mad Melee is more valuable because it's less common. So that just kind of makes it more desirable, I guess. I don't know. It's fine though. Empire Cavalry. This, I think this has the exact same problem that. I mean, it does give 4 protection, but I don't think it's. Like, you'd use the Empire Armored Core instead, because it gives more defense and more hit. I think it's just... Yeah, sure, you could use it. I think this is better than Alliance Cavalry. Sure, you could use it, but you have better options in this or the Flying Battalion that I'll show in a minute. And like the Empire Knights and stuff, like you'll just have better options, even if that's like technically usable. Empire Elite Wyvern Co. I think this one is quite good. It gets assembly, it gets good stats, I think. Yeah. Oh yeah, oh, really? It gives 8. I think, is this the strongest? Is this the strongest flying battalion in the game? I think it is, and it has good defense. Yeah, I mean, sure, it's a good stat backpack, I guess. It gets assembly, which is garbage. You don't want that. But I mean, it's a more bulky version of Galatea Pegasus Co. It's pretty good. I like it. Even if it doesn't give hits. But you can work around that with accuracy rings and getting hit plus 20. Please get hit plus 20. Don't skip out on hit plus 20. Please, I beg of you. What's the next one? Empire Heavy Soldiers. I think this just comes super late. And the stats, I think, are good. Yeah, 6, 5, 9, 1. Yeah, no, this is an amazing battalion. I think I put it in great stat backpack as well. I think it's better than Empire Elite Wyvern Co. actually. I mean, it's comparable to this. It's basically a weaker, less bulky version of this with more hit. But it comes later, I think. Empire Heavy Soldiers. This comes by chapter 14, right? Yeah, 12 or 14. Yes. Yeah. But you don't get this on chapter... what's it called? But you don't get this in... These two are like mutually exclusive. So yeah, this is a good protection tanking battalion. It's great. It's a good stat backpack. It does its job well. And yeah, it's better than this because this has competition. What's the next one? Empire Holy Magic Users. What? I don't think I've... And it also comes by chapter 14 because it's, yeah. It gets blessing. This is worse than Alliance Sages. Well, I mean, the thing that kind of sucks about this is that, yeah, sure, It has good defensive stats, but that doesn't matter on your... Because you'll probably put this on like a support unit, like a healer or something. Or... Yeah, no, this doesn't fit a niche. I don't think there's any way you'd use it. I don't even think it's good, I think it's just useless. No, it's not useless. It has 6 magic attack. I'll put it here, but it's usable. There are better options, but I wouldn't. I think I put this here. Because, yeah, while this is outclassed, it just... It's fine, I guess. But it's for now. Empire Raiders. I don't think this is good either. Yeah, no, it just has no stats. It has 7 physical, sure, but it doesn't give... It gives some avoid, I guess. And the Gambit, I think, is bad. It's absorption. So no. I'm not impressed. Where did I put this? What? Where did it go? What? Where did I put the Empire Raiders? Am I blind? Wait, I put it like somewhere down here. Oh, it's here. Well, not even there. Okay. I'll have to go through some other guys. This Empire Infantry, I think, is just the same as regular... Yeah, this is just the same as Alliance Infantry, I think. Yeah, this is the same. It probably has a different battalion, but I... Wait, it actually... Wait. It actually has this, which is, I think, is pretty good. So, Alliance Infantry. It has Avoid. I think Protection is better than Avoid, but I'll just put them next to each other. Wait, where are they? Here. I'll put it here. Yeah, sure. Like, you get it super early, so that makes it fine. Empire Knights, I think, is just super, super good. Because you get it immediately. You can buy it on Chapter 3. Empire Knights. Yeah, see, 5 attack, 5. It just has stats where you want them. This is a great battalion. Empire Knights. What battalion does it have? Because that matters a lot. Especially this early. Empire Knights. Yeah, it has Blaze too. This is honestly kind of good. This is a really good one. Wait, I actually probably want to put down Knights of Zeros to here. But this is just a straight upgrade of this. Yeah. I think that looks good. Or maybe this is more, because solid all round kind of like up to here, or like kind of how I think of this in my head is these 4 tiers: solid all round, great stat backpacks, great utility, and goated are things that you would take into the end game. These you wouldn't, generally. Like some of these you kind of would, like Blue Lion Knights maybe, Alliance, Pavis Co, Black Eagle, Heavy Access, but there are just better options, so I probably wouldn't... Like, the thing about this is, like, I probably wouldn't use them, but these are, like, battalions I would recommend you use in the late game, in the end game. So yeah, these I wouldn't, but they are just really good for this time. Where's the next one? Empire Magic Co. This is just the same as Alliance Magic Company. There has gone an hour and 30 minutes. I don't really care about... Yeah, it's probably better because it has a better battalion, right? Yeah, it has group flames, and I think it has defensive stats instead of avoid. But I think that's, especially on magic units, that's so negligible. Not magic users, magic 4. It has more... It's stronger. So yeah. It's better, but not by a lot. It basically fills the same role, because they are mutually... Wait, where are they? Here. Because they are mutually exclusive, they fill the same role. Empire Magic users, I think, is just the same as Alliance Magic users. They are basically the same as the previous ones, but with a better battalion. Yes, no. Wait, the stats are worse. Crits doesn't matter. But it does give Resonant Flames. That is good. But it's probably... It could go either way, I don't... The battalion, the gambit is better, I'll put it there. Empire Pavis Co. Empire Pavis is... It gets place, that's good. Empire Pavis Co. I mean... You do get this by... You do get this by Chapter 8, right? Yeah. I mean, 6 protection for that stage in the game, even if the other stats are kind of bad, is probably quite useful. And it has Blaze, which is good. I think that battalion is kind of solid, actually. Yeah, it's good for its time. Like, you will replace this, but it's good for its time, I think. I won't put it by the Alliance Knights. I'll put it here. Or I'll put it there. Yeah, it's good for its time, but it's not. It doesn't fill that much of a niche. Like, you'd probably just use the Empire Knights instead, but it does have more defense and more hit, actually. I think I concluded. No, it doesn't actually. Wait, this is kind of... This is just worse than the Empire Knights. Wait, where did I put it? Yeah, this is just worse than it. But it's not, like, that much worse. Put it here. Yeah. Empire Pegasus. Okay, this is so good. Wait, this is the one that gives 15 hits. Oh, these stats are so good. That's everything you want, and it has... It doesn't have a good battalion, but I don't think that matters too much. Like, group lance attack, sure. It's amazing for its time. I've probably split these two. It's, I think, significantly better than the Alliance Pegasus Co, because you just have 10 more hit. At the cost of 10 avoid, which is... Basically, you won't hit over avoid any day of the week. So this is just better. I think that works. And then the next one... Empire Raiders. I talked about this previously. When do you get this? Raiders. I think you get this by... Yeah, no, this... You get this way too late, and you can't use it. Poor availability. Useless. It's not... It's basically useless. Never use this. Oh, why is this music so good? Empire snipers. How do those look? Is this the same kind of vibe with the Empire archers compared to... Actually not. This actually has better stats. But I do think that the Battalion is worse, so it's... I'll put it beside here. It does have better stats though, so I'll put it... nah, that probably won't matter too much. You want Fusillade over it, but they're very comparable. Empire Warriors, I think you get them if you... Wait, do you get... Is this basically just another... When do you get this? Because if you get this by the time you get Warriors... You get this by Chapter 3. If you get this by Chapter 3, it's really good. Yeah, you get this by Chapter 3. Yeah, this is good. This is basically just another Brawler Battalion. But it's worse than Empire Brawlers, so I put it, yeah, it's good. Empire Wyvern Co. I think this is probably just a good stat backpack. I'm gonna check. It's reversal, which it's kind of whatever. 5, 5, 10. No, it's good for its time. I think it's probably worse than Empire Pegasus, to be honest. Yeah, but it's still good for its time, right? You will probably slap this on something, because flying battalions are kind of hard to get, because there aren't a lot of them. So yeah, I don't know. I think somewhere here. Wait, do you get the the Empire Pegasus Co? Yeah, the Empire Pegasus Co you get by chapter. Yeah, because it's the Ceros one you get super early. Yeah, yeah. It's a research group. I think this is a go. This is goated. You get this on chapter 4 or 5 or something if you do the online. You basically play hide and seek in the monastery 3 times, 3 separate weeks, exploring weeks, and you get this. And the stats on it are kind of ridiculous, especially considering that it's an E-rank battalion. I actually remember these. I don't know why I'm not going to look for them, but I will anyways. Where are they? Here. It has Blessing and E-rank. That's really good. Alliance Sages got a lot of their utility from having the Blessing Battalion. It's just a solid thing. You'll click it at the start of the map pretty much every time. And the stats are comparable to Edmund troops. So it has the utility of Alliance Sages way earlier, and it has pretty much the same stats as Edmund troops. A battalion that's just has good stats overall. This is a really strong battalion. For Laureate Soldiers, I think it's just a great stat backpack. I think it's better than this. Yes. It has the highest crit in the game. That's its main... It has onslaught, that's bad. This is just... You get this for the stats. It has 20 crit and 7 attack. That's what it's used for. This, if you want a lot of crits, you get this. That's the name of the game. It's good. This one is also just a great stat back. Remember what I said about this? That this is just great. Great stats. This has better stats. And it has a better gambit. And it has way better availability. Because you can get this on every route. And on... I think you can do the paralogue on chapter 7. Yeah. So you get it super early. You get this earlier than this, which is already a good stat battalion. Yeah, no, you just get this. This is so good. It's not up here because its stats are kind of weak. It's weak compared to the other grounded options. So if you put the Galatea Pegasus Co on a grounded unit, it's not that good. You want this on your flyers. So yeah. Gaspar Knights, I think Gaspar Knights are bad. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I don't like this. It's... No, that's Gautier Knights. Gaspard Knights. This is a B-rank battalion that has Assault Troop and no stats. Where are they? Here. 5-5-5. This is just Empire Knights. But you get it by chapter... But you get it by, like, chapter 9, I think? You get this from a battalion on... You get this from a paralogue on chapter 9. No, this sucks. I think this is useless. No. Don't use this. Don't use Gaspar Knights. Gautier Knights, on the other hand, is a great utility battalion. It combines actual stats with Stride. And Stride is probably the best gambit in the game. Even better than the Blue Lion Lancers. I'd probably do this. That's amazing. It has the... I think it has the exact same stats as our Astro Knights. But when this had a pretty subpar gambit and came super early in a pretty obscure paralogue that comes very late. This, on the other hand, comes from an early paralogue on a unit that you can recruit for free. So you will pretty much always have this. And it has good stats, and it has Stride. It has only good stats. It doesn't have great stats because it has good physical attack, but it doesn't have any hit or crit. But yeah. Use this battalion, it's good. Kingdom Cluster Knights are good stat backpacks. I think it's better than Edmund Troops, because it's kind of similar to Edmund Troops, I think. I'm gonna check. It does have Assault Troop on top of my head. It's over here. Yeah, Assault Troop. And it has 6, 6, and 15. And 5 in both defenses. These are just... for... I mean, even for if you want to do like magical protection tanking, this is good. This battalion is honestly super, super versatile. You can do a lot of stuff with it. Let me put it here, I think. No, honestly, I want to do this. I think that looks better. Yeah. It's super, super versatile. You can just use it on a sniper or something, and just use the 6 attack and 15 hit, which are just great in isolation. But then you can also use it for magical stuff. And on the magical side, that's harder to come by because there are less magical battalions. You will obviously have less, or not less, but fewer magical units, but hey, that is how it is. No, you can do a lot of things with this. This is it's a good. It gives a lot of good stats. I like it. The golden deer ones. I don't think this one is good. It gives bad stats. Why does an A rank battalion give two physical attack? It has 25 hit, which is really good actually, and 15 avoid, which kind of sucks. I mean, it doesn't suck. It is good, and it gives good amount of avoid, but I just don't think that avoid is something that you want a lot of the time, especially on grounded units. I don't like this battalion. I don't think it makes sense, especially for an A rank. I almost want to say that. No, it's not useless. There are just better options, pretty much always. I'll put it. Almost useless. I do think it has Fusillade, which does Poison Tactic. Well, Poison Tactic is good. I rate it, but it's good in isolation if it came in the shop on chapter 8, but instead you get it on chapter 14, and it requires an A rank. That's not that good. Golden Deer Cavalry I think is better, because it has actual stats that you can use. If I don't misremember, please. Oh yeah, 8572. Yeah, it's good stats. Good stat backpack. Put it there. This is better stats. I wanna. And it does get linked horses, which is definitely a thing. Night Knights. No, it has some crits actually. Like it probably has more hits. I think this ranking, like, again, I have moved these two up a bit, but I think the point still stands that they are good. They are really good actually, but you will have better things, but if you use them, I wouldn't blame you. Let's just say that. Golden Deer Wyvern Co. I think this is also just kind of same kind of reasoning as like this one, but it's a bit better because it does gives some hits. Not probably this. It gets value because it's a flying battalion. Rather than that, I don't rate it. Coronal Valkyries is the best stat backpack in the game. Its stats are absurd. Look at this. These aren't the max. These are the minimum stats, and the minimum stats are just good in general. You get it a bit late, but that doesn't matter when it's just the best one. If you look at the max stats, it gets Assault Troop, I think, which is fine, I suppose. But here, 8 physical attack, 20 hit, 15 crits, and it also has 6 protection. Like every stat you want, this has. Use it. I almost want to put it up here. Put it there. This is just. Oh, it's so good. Oh, I use it every run I can, but it's tied to a chapter like I don't know if it's 10 or 11. It comes late in part 1 at least. No, you use Gunroll Valkyries all the time, every day. Yeah, it's amazing. Havering Prayers, Prayer Troop. They are here. No. No, they are here. 7, 5. The stats are pretty decent. They are very, very comparable to Alliance Sages, but Alliance Sages has a good battalion, and I don't think this has a good battalion, I say. Good gambit. I don't think this one has a good gambit. It does. This is Alliance Sages, but you get them way later. But they're solid. You get it too late, I think. I think it kind of suffers from poor availability. But it is good if you don't run it on GD, which is where this would be better. But it's solid all around. Like, you won't go wrong if you use Hovering Prayer Troops. It is more defensive, which has a bit of merit. Hosts chosen, I don't think are that good. 3, it's a C rank battalion. You get it from Edelgard's personal. You get it from Edelgard's. What's it called? Paralog. I don't rate them. Rate it that high. Where is host? Wait, where is below SR? Here. 755. I mean, 755-7 is good for a C rank. But the fact that a C rank doesn't really matter when it's just it's good, but there are better things to do. I'll put it there. It's basically something from this. It has, I think it's better than Iras Rights actually. Just run something else when you get this. That's what it suffers from. Holy Knights of Zeros, I don't think are that good. Or are they? It's from the church. It's one of the church guys, right? Yeah. Holy Knights. I'll go up here. 7. This doesn't have any. See, this suffers from the same thing that the Ire Knights suffer from. That it has good physical attack, but it doesn't have anything else. It has defensive stats instead of avoid, which, sure. And then it gets a soldier. This is just Ire Astro Knights again, but I think it has better availability. The Knights of Zeros. You get this from Alois in his. If you have Alois as a party member, I do have to say. But that only comes by chapter 11. And that's not worth it. It's not worth doing that that one, because it gives you Zeros archers, which I will go over, which are quite good because you get them really early. And you get 2 of those pretty early. Holy Knights of Zeros goes. It honestly goes in poor availability. It basically goes. It's not as bad as Ire Astro Knights, so I'll put it here. But it just has 2. I wouldn't even do that. I'll put it here somewhere. I don't care about ranking this anymore. Put it there. That's fine. It's technically good, but you won't use it because of all the things that hinder it. Immortal Core, this is so good. This is Claude's personal battalion. He has it auto-equipped for hunting by daybreak. And here we have it. And it has probably the best offensive gambit in the game, which is Ashes and Dust. It's basically absorption, but it has better hit, I think. It does. and it has better might, and it has better range, and you have more uses of it, and it's yeah. The only thing bad about it is that it doesn't have any. Again, it has no hits. Oh, give it hits, please, please, game. But I mean, 8 physical attack and 15 avoid, which is avoid on a flying battalion is more valuable than if not than on a grounded one, because dodge tank enemy face builds are usually on flyers, so that makes it more useful. And because you have more dodge, not dodge, but if you have more avoid, you won't get hit as much, which makes missing less of a factor. So yeah, this is so good. It's GD only. That's the only bad part about it. But yeah, I'll put it here. I think this is fair. Imperial Guard, I think, is the same as the Alliance Guard. I don't think it exists. Imperial Guard. No, you can actually buy this. Is it good though? No, it's not. It only gives 7 attack. It doesn't give anything else. It gives 10 crit, but who cares? This is... you have a better option than this. It's the same as... it's basically the same as the Holy Knights of Ceres. It's the exact same problem. Yeah, let's go for that. Index Sword Fighters is another one of those goaded ones. It's better than Goneril Valkyries because it has very similar stats. Let's look at them. Where is Index Sword Fighters? Did I miss them? No, it's up here, right? Yes. 8 hit, 8 physical, 20 hit, and 10 crit. These are amazing. But the Goneril Valkyries technically have better stats. And you wouldn't use Index Sword Fighters on your enemy face units anyway, so the little bit less crit and a little bit less physical defense doesn't really matter, because those are mostly enemy face stats. So basically you have these two, which are amazing for player face, and you have a really, really good support battalion in Retribution, which you will use on your enemy face units. So putting Index Sword Fighters on an enemy face unit doesn't really make sense. But yeah, otherwise, apart from the thing that it has kind of anti-synergy, with it being a great battalion for enemy facing, but it doesn't have, but it has Retribution, which you want to use on your enemy face units. So it's kind of weird in that way. But it just basically has great utility and amazing stats. So yeah, I'll put it there, I think that's fair. Geralt's Mercenaries, I think, are great for its time, because it is a... I think it's put here. Geralt's Mercenaries has like 3... I don't even want to look it up. It has Assault Troop, it has 3 attack, and it has 15 avoid and 10 crit or something. It just gives a bunch of goods. It just gives a bunch of stats. And Assault Troop for an E rank, right out the gate, you don't even have to buy it. It's great for its time. But you will use something else you will use something else. You remember when I talked about Blue Lion Knights having a thing that is better than it in pretty much every way? This is the thing that's better than it in almost every way. You get it at the same time, but you get this for free, and it is lower. It requires less. Authority, I should say. Otherwise, that is just better stats. I think it's like absurdly strong. I think it has 10 physical attack or something. Yeah, it does. 5 hit, 15 crit. You could use this on an enemy face unit. Very reliably. Yeah, I like this one. Put it... I think it's better than... I think this... That makes sense to me. Yeah. The only bad thing about it, it's blue lines only, and you get it by part 2, and then it's not very good. No, I'm not gonna say that. It has pretty poor availability. It's only available for half the game on one route. That's the only bad part. Kingdom Archers is the same as these two in the fact that it gets just pretty good stats. But instead of getting Fusillade or some kind of variant of it, this gets Retribution. Which is the earliest Retribution you can get in any route. Which puts it in great first time. It's good first time. Above these. Like... Yeah. No... Like, these two are good for very different reasons. This is good for getting Retribution super early. And this is good for being a having really good stats on a flyer. So I don't know, you could put these however you want. I'll put it there, that's fine. Kingdom Armored Co. This is basically the exact same as Empire Armored Co. Because it also gives it also gets Impregnable Wall. I think so. Yeah, it does. And it has pretty much the same stuff, right? Do I really have to check this? It doesn't matter. Armored Co. 355. 355. Yeah, it's the same stats in practice. Kingdom Brave Lands Co. I think it's a pretty solid stat backpack. It's probably better than here. I remember this being pretty good. It has Onslaught, doesn't matter. But I do think it has good physical attack and good... No, wait. What? No, this is bad. No. No. Brave Lands Co. I think it's for part 2, right? Kingdom Brave Lands Company. Oh, it's after chapter 8. Yeah, no, it's good for its time. You will buy this and you will use it on something. I think it's worse than Alliance. It's here. Yes, it's there. Because 4 attack and 20 hit is just good for that point in the game, and then you'll replace it with some kind of parallel battalion. It's fine. Kingdom Brawlers is the same as these. I won't even check. I assume these is the same as this. All of these have like pretty similar kind of, but Kingdom Cavalry has Stride, which does make it good for its time, because it's a physical gambit that gives Stride really early. So I will put it here. However, it's not like up in goated, even if it has the best, probably the best gambit in the game. I won't put it up there, simply because there is a better option that I will talk about in a bit. Kingdom Heavy Knights, I don't know. I think you get this super late. It doesn't really have any good stats, I think. Kingdom Heavy Knights, yeah, this is when you get this. Kingdom Heavy Knights. Kingdom Heavy Knights. It's chapter 14. It does give you Sacred Shield, which is actually good utility. I'll give it actually great utility. I think it's solid all around. Yeah, because you could actually... No, actually, I'll put it there. It's at the very bottom of great utility. It's good on specifically the final map of it's good to have on like a support unit on specifically the final map of Azure Moon, which is where this is also available. I think this is the only way you can get Sacred Shield. I think. Yeah. So basically, and you use it on Dimitri, because the Hegemon Edelgard will always target Dimitri with one of its attacks. And Sacred Shield negates all of that without having the effect that... what's it called? I'm trying to find the Impregnable Wall. Without the Impregnable Wall effects. So that Dimitri can't kill things either. It just basically makes it so the Hegemon isn't a factor in the early parts of Azure Moon 22. So it's in great utility. It's very niche, but I think it's very valuable there, and basically only there. And if you have some, and the thing about Dimitri also applies to other. It applies to other enemy face units, so that you can go inside the range of the ballista attacks, for example. That actually makes it really good for that. Kingdom Heavy Soldiers, I don't know much about. I think this comes earlier. It doesn't, and it has worse stats, and it has a worse get out of here. It's useless. Get him out of here. No. Kingdom Holy Knights. What does these do? And 7/5. Why is this good? I mean, it has good stats. It has basically the same stats as Galatea Pegasus Go, but it's like it's just worse than all of these. So I'll put it down here somewhere. It's probably pretty high. It's probably like about here. And Kingdom Infantry, I assume, is probably the same as these. Kingdom Knights is, I think, the same as this, but it has it's worse than the other ones because it doesn't have Blaze, I think. It has Kingdom Knights. It has Assault Troop instead, but it has better stats, I think. Kingdom Knights 5/5/4. Yeah, it's the same as. It has worse stats than Emperor Knights and has a worse gambit. It's the worst of these knights quartet of battalions, and this is the worst one. But it's still good. It has good stats for the time. You get it. You can buy it from the shop on Chapter 3, which makes it really good. But it's C, so it's C. It requires C authority, so maybe you'll have some trouble actually using it. But hey, it's probably fine. You'll use it similarly to how I described on Claude. You'll probably use it on Dimitri for the early chapters. Kingdom Lands Co. Yeah, you get this immediately. And it has good stats, I think. It's the same as the... Wait, why is Kingdom Infantry... Why does it have good stats? Is it the same here? Wait, why? This is good. Wait. I gotta reassess this one. I'll put the Kingdom Lands Co. like, I think here. Like, basically at the bottom. Put it here. No, Kingdom Lands Co. goes by the infantry. And then the Kingdom Infantry goes, like, next to here. This is good. Kingdom Brawlers, yeah. No wait, this is just worse. Yeah, this is worse than that. But it's something. This has this. Yeah, I like Kingdom Infantry. Kingdom Infantry is solid. Yeah. It's up here, right? Yeah, I like this. It's probably worse than all of these because this has the +1 attack matters a lot, but 3 attack and 5 hits is quite good for its time. It's good. Kingdom Magic Corps is probably the exact goddamn same as these. Kingdom Magic Users is probably the same as this. A Kingdom... I put it here. I think it has some kind of funky battalion. I'm gonna check that. Infantry, magic, archers, cavalry, armored, knight, snipers. Pegasus Co. It has assembly. Okay. Wait, which one was it that had... Yeah, so none of them have that. Okay. Oh well. It's probably around here. What were its stats now again? 4 and 5. Yeah, it's about as good as this. Yeah. Kingdom Priests. What the hell? What is this? Kingdom Priests. How do you get this? It's a blessing battalion. 5-5. How do Kingdom Priests? Kingdom Priests. Oh, chapter. I don't think this is good. You know, it's 100% outclassed by. No, this is useless. Use SR instead. These two actually have an advantage. Actually have a niche over this because they are stronger. They give a stronger attacking stat than this. So you could argue that you would use this over this on a magic unit, but not this. Where is it? I have just lost it. I don't care about it. Here, yeah. Get that out of here. Kingdom Snipers. I don't know if this is good. It has Fusillade. It's basically... I think it's just Kingdom Archers again, but it has slightly worse stats. No, it's slightly better, I think. Yeah, you want 5 more attack is better than... 1 more attack is better than 5 hits, generally, I think. So yeah, it's the same as the other snipers, but it's better than the Empire one, because that's better. The Kingdom... Not that's better, because the battalion, the Gambit is better. Kingdom Wyvern Co. I don't know if it's good or not. 310 Recovery Roar. Recovery Roar is basically the Restore spell, but it's a Gambit, which is pretty good utility actually. I do like it. It's a pretty good all-around guy, and it has good stats. Well, it has really good stats actually. 5 and 15, 5 physical and 15 hits. This is a good all-around battalion. Probably the best one of these. It has pretty good stats and it has pretty good utility. Yeah, you could use this by the end game. That's not entirely... That's probably pretty valid, actually. Leicester Dicer score. I think this is just a good stats backpack, but it's probably worse than goes here. I think I want to move these two above here. I think I remember this pretty well. It does give onslaught, I think, and it has very good mixed stats. Here we have it. It's the Gloucester Knights Battalion, but it has 10 less hit for one less attack. The Gloucester one does. So they are very comparable, and they also have the same defensive stats. But this stat spread I think is a little bit better, and it has a better gambit. But this is also just a solid battalion. So I think they are comparable and should all go in great stat backpacks. Leicester Mercenaries goes very high, goes here. This is basically Goneril Valkyries light, but it has Blaze instead of Assault Troop. So this is a bit worse. Slightly. It has slightly worse stats. But apart from that, it's since we're comparing it to Goneril Valkyries, it should probably not surprise you that it is amazing regardless. See, 7 physical, 20 hit, 15 crits. That's so good. McWheel Evil Repelling Code. This is probably the best magical stat backpack in the game. Because it's all the top, it's up top here. But yeah. 7 magical, 30 hits. It's just, I don't need to tell you more. It also gets not group flames. It gets resonant lightning. I mean, sure, it's good for bosses. I say bosses, I mean monsters. I don't think you can get merchant military actually. Merchant military. Maintaining your training, clearing the way. Yeah, it gets magic and poison tactic. Sure. I guess it's pretty good for its time. I actually should use this battalion more. I think it's better than these ones. Just because the battalion is better. I mean, no, it's probably worse because it's yeah, you use it probably. I mean, when you get it, it looks like absolute garbage, right? -1 physical and then has 0 everywhere else. But when you upgrade it, when it levels up, it gives +2 magic and +5 hits. And +2 protection, which is, I guess it's fine. But yeah, it's just really solid. Mockingbird Thieves, I don't actually think is that good. I don't like this battalion, I'm gonna be honest. Like, it's pretty far up here, I suppose. But it has a bad gambit, I think. It has absorption. It gets absorption. Where is it? Here. Then it has just. It has stats in everything, but it's not good in anything. So it just kind of gets beat by more specialized. Even more specialized generalist battalions like Gloucester Knights and Leicester Dicer Corps and Leicester Mercenaries. I mean, Leicester Mercenaries is pretty unfair, right? But Edmund Troops and SSR Research Group, it just has worse stats than all of those. So it gets outclassed, sadly. But it's still good. put it on top of there. It's still good. Morphis Magic Core, I don't think it's that good because how do you get it actually? Morphis Magic. Floral Tributes. Oh, it's just a quest. You get it from a quest. No. No, it's not a quest. Yeah, it's a quest, but you do it in... It's not from a map. Find some flyers and give them to Hilda as a gift. Find some flyers and give them to Hubert as a gift. Yeah, this is just the... yeah. Morphis Magic Core. Yeah, you basically get this for free on chapter 14. But is it any good? 5, no, it's not good. And it has Resonant Lightning, the worst of the Resonant guys. I think this is useless. You just have better things to do. Get those out of here. Nouvelle Attendance Co. I think this is one of these that are like has super good stats. Nouvelle Attendance is the magical one. It has 8 magical and then 10 and 10. That's pretty good. But it basically only has 8 in magic. That's basically its only traits. That's still good, and you do get them pretty early, right? There we go. Nouvelle Attendance, you get it. Yeah, you get it at chapter 9, which is pretty poor actually. I wouldn't even call it good for its time. I mean, I did, but the Gambit is bad. I don't know about this one. You could use it, but it has. I won't even bother ranking this anymore. How does the other ones look like? Because the next one is Nouvelle Chamberlain, I think. Like 8, 10, and 10 is amazing. Why is that so good, and why haven't I used this? Battleground Cafe gives... It's basically a big strength rally. I don't know why you wouldn't use this. This is just good. Put it here. Put it here. Better than Fernolius. Here. Yeah. You get it pretty late. Even for like these kind of even for these kind of what do I call them? Paralog battalions. It's pretty late. But other than that, really good. It's just kind of a wasted Gambit slot, which is the problem. I should probably put it down for a bit. Because by the time you get it, I question the usefulness of Battleground Cafe. Because Strength Rally isn't that good by that time of the game. Like, it could make for like a more reliable boss kill, but boss kills by that point in the game on like chapter 10 and chapter 11 you probably get anyways. I don't think it's that good. I think this is good though. Because this is the only magic boosting flying battalion, and just for that it gets goated, because flying units that want to use magic are surprisingly very, very good. the biggest example is like Constance on a flyer, on Dark Flyer, but also Wyvern Annette and Falcon Knight on Marianne, and I suppose like Ingrid, which could both use Falcon Knight and which could use both Falcon Knight and Dark Flyer and utilize magic in it. Like, this just creates so many builds, and it gets goated just because it is the only good stat backpack in its niche. I'll put it probably here. It's the most important stat backpack in the game. And Nouvelle Stewards is just like, it's kind of the same problem as wait, the no, yeah, it's the stewards that gets battleground cleanup. Yeah, this is just linked horses again. Like, it's kind of the same kind of, but it's just Mockingbird Thieves again. But it doesn't have the niche of it having good avoid. One of this, yeah, put it here. That's fine. Opera Co-Volunteers has too poor availability, but it is a good battalion because it also gives Dance of the Goddess. It's basically this, but it comes on chapter 20. Which is just like, yeah, sure. It's very good, and it's the only way you can get Dance to the Goddess on Silver Snow and Verdant Wind. Like, it just comes too late. You'll maybe use it to, like, cheese chapter 21. That's like the only way I could see you using it in. That would be like very impactful. So yeah, it's good, but it just comes way too late, which is kind of the definition of this tier. Ordelia Sorcery Co. I don't think I've used this, or have I? I don't know. I can't remember anymore. Well, it does have good magical attack and good hit. How well does it scale? Yeah, this is actually good. Yeah, this is on par with this. But it just comes late. It's basically Ire Astronites if it were good. But I'll put it low. Because this has too poor availability to be relevant, but they still are very good. This is just really, really, really good. This is basically this battalion, but it's B rank and it has a bit of shuffled around stats. I rate it very highly. I think this is a good battalion. Pirates, I don't know how you get pirates. I think it's from like some kind of quest, I think. Pirates. It's like, oh, these stats are pretty good for an E-rank battalion. 2, 5, 5 avoid is fine. Like, this is good for its. This would be good for its time. Like here probably. If it came on chapter 3, but this comes on chapter 14, so it sucks. Reaper Knights you get from Eureka when Eureka joins. But I don't know. I don't think the stats are good enough. By chapter 2, by the time of part 2. Or is it here? 7, it doesn't give any hit. Yeah, no. It gives crit and avoid. So if you were doing some kind of grounded avoid thing, you could use it, but nah. You could use it, but you have better options, I think, is somewhere around here. Yeah. Remire Militia, when do you get this? That's the main question. Remire Militia. Banish the bandits. It's an early... These stats are awful. This is useless. Get out of here. Like, even if you would get this on chapter 1, if you get this on like chapter 2 or 3, you would never use this. I mean, you would probably use it on chapter 2 because you have nothing better. But any battalion is better than this. Rogues. What does rogues do? Do they also suck? And they also get it on chapter 7. Get out of here. What? Does this not exist? Rogue. I'm going to make the executive decision that this doesn't exist. And even if it does, it probably sucks. I'll put it there. Royal Guard, I don't know. I think it has good stats or something. Royal Guard is here. Yeah, good. It just has good stats with a decent... What's that? Royal Guard, line of lances. Yeah, this works. Refresh. Yeah. Royal Guard. You get it from chapter 14. Well, you could use it on someone, probably. I'm gonna check roads. No, it doesn't work. Well. Oh well. Son Militia I don't think is good because you get it super duper late. And it doesn't have anything. Where's it? Here. It's a C rank battalion that has terrible stats. What the heck? This sucks. School of Sorcery Soldiers I also think sucks. Yeah, it has Resonant Flames, it has promising initial stats. Yeah, this is definitely usable. Especially because it's a C rank, you could probably throw this on Happy or something. Probably good stat bank. I could put it here. Yeah. Now we're just on the final stretch. Whew. Secret Transport Force. I think this one is great utility, I would say, because it's basically the same. This is Anna's battalion. It gives pretty subpar offensive stats, but it gives good defensive stats. It has good avoid, I think, and good defensive, and good just defense and resilience. If I can find it, it's here. But the best thing about it, it's stride. It gets stride and it's flying. You get flying stride. And flying stride is good. That is my analysis. Yeah, I see, good defensive stats. This is a support battalion. Ceros archers, I think, are actually goated for its time. Probably here. Because you get him when Shamir joins, which is almost definitely chapter 6. And then you get another one from Shamir's paralogue one chapter later. So, I mean, it has basically the same stats as this. It has pretty good hits and pretty good attack, and it has Fusillade, which is a really good battalion. Battalion, I say. Gambit. I have mixed those around so much. Yeah, you see here and up here. Yeah. 2, 15, 10. Like, amazing. Amazing. And then the Zeros Armored Co, which you get pretty quickly. This is bad. No, don't use this. I mean, you could use it, but like, the Knight battalions are better. It's basically the same as this. Like, you could use it on a protection tank, but like probably not. But it is good for that specific purpose. The Brawling Battalions goes with the Brawling Battalions. Zero's Holy Monks is probably the best utility gambit in the game. It gives you stride on chapter 3. That's it. You get the best gambit on chapter 3, even if the stats on this battalion sucks a lot. They are terrible. You don't get anything ever from this. You get 10 hit, I think. Yeah, you basically get 10 hit and nothing else. Well, 10 hit is good, but it's not... Yeah, you just get stride on chapter 3, which is really, really good. So that's why it goes in great utility. Zero's Mercenaries is probably the best stat backpack for chapter 3 onwards. You get it on chapter 2. Yeah, I think you get it by chapter 2. So yeah, it's great for its time, actually. Put it here, I think. Yeah, there. Or probably here. Yeah, there. There's good. Zero's Pegasus Co. You get this before the other ones. The flying ones. So you have one flying battalion up until chapter 8? Or I guess chapter 7, when you can get the Ingrid battalion, but whatever. This is just amazing for its time. Probably here. It just has good stats, even without considering its flying. But when you consider that it does fly, let's see, 4 physical and great stats otherwise. You don't get any hit, unfortunately, but that's fine. So yeah, that's good. Zero's Sacred Monks is basically Zero's Holy Monks, but it has like the AoE heal thing, gambit, which is I actually think is pretty good. But here it's good for its time. Better than Kingdom Cavalry. Probably around Gerald's Mercenaries. Supreme Armored Co. This is the biggest ball of stats ever. This is Edelgard Personal Battalion. It gets 7, 6, and 5, and then it has good defensive stats. Wait, isn't this just... Yeah. I mean, the way you can see this... Where did I put it? This is bad. I have lost it. Here. This is basically lesser dice score, but you get it later. So there. And but I do have to say that the Gambit is amazing. Raging Flames, actually so good. Thieves, I don't think Thieves are good. Thieves. Yeah, no, don't use this, please, no. Timotheus Magic Core, I think it's kind of like 8, 10, 10, and it has good stats. It's basically better Ordelia because you get it way earlier and on every route. Timotheus, I'm gonna check. No, it's Mercenaries. Here. Resonant Flames, yes, I was right. And then, yeah, Timotheus Magic, 10, 10, yeah. Varley Archers, I don't think is good. It just has way too bad availability. It's basically the same problem that Brigid Hunters have. And it also has the same kind of stat problem that Golden Deer archers have. Is that it just doesn't have any attack. Like, what is the... No. This? Really? It doesn't have any... It doesn't have any physical stuff. You don't get any extra attack from this. You get 38 and Fusillade, which is good, but other than that, it's no. Vestra. I don't actually know where it is. Vestra. No. Here, Vestra Sorcery Engineers. How good stats does it have? It doesn't have good stats. It has. It's basically the Ira Astronites problem in that you have a good, like, big bonk stat, and after that it just sucks. But it does have resonant lightning. This is also one of those that, like, you get. It's good technically, but you get it too late. Yeah. And then last one would end up with kind of an anticlimax, because I don't think this one is good either. You get it pretty early, so you could use, like, 6 and 15 is good. It's actually really good for the time when you get this on, like, I think it's chapter 8. Like, you could use this for a chapter or two until you get better stuff, so... I don't know, it's probably, like, very, very bottom of good, and probably... it's worse than Empire Heavy Soldiers, I'll get it here. And, yeah, that's it. I can actually fit everything in here. Well, whatever. That's it. That's all of my things. It's all of my rankings. If you disagree or want to discuss anything, comment. Other than that, I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed now and go outside. Bye.